Hey everybody, Scott here for the Helix channel. It is Thursday, and today I'm going to do something kind of special. I got an email from Rob, and on the YouTube channel, and he had a problem with one of his presets where, he was ended up turning on, turning off too many things, and a bunch of noise would build up between a clean and an overdriven preset, and it was just too many amps on and off, and the Helix was sort of choking on it a little bit, as would pretty much any piece of gear. But in trying to make that problem go away, I actually delved into why his solo sound sounded so freaking awesome. And I have adapted that into a preset with 8 snapshots today. Huh. Woo. So I'm going to show you how I'm doing it and play some bits. It's pretty freaking awesome. Shall we? All right, let's go up here and see what's going on with this sucker. It's got a lot of fun stuff happening. And here is the main reason for the season on this particular preset. He was using a Studio Tube pre in front of a pair of archetype leads. Now, on his original preset, the clean sound, and I utilize a similar kind of thing for the, I set up a vintage clean snapshot, and it turns off both of the amp models. And using the Studio Tube pre as the amp, it's pretty wicked. I mean, it's not the best clean sound, but you gotta kind of take the good with the bad in a situation like this when you want two really incredible heavy amps run hard left and, well, stereo-ish. I'm running what I call stereo-ish today, which is actually, let's see. There's a right and a left and a center. Now, you're only going to hear the right, but you'll hear right and center because, that's just the way it works. But there's other stuff going on the left-hand side. There's a slightly different time delay. But let me grab a guitar here and just quickly run through the things that are going on sonically. So it's got, it's got a solid clean sound. And then I set up a vintage, so it's got a vintage clean. I set up a vintage split so that I can do, stuff like that. And then an 80s clean. And the 80s clean is utilizing some effects. Now, it's basically got the some pitch shifting, delay, chorus, and the delay is a dual delay. So I'm running a 220 and a 440 time, and a cave reverb, which I'm kind of digging, and another simple pitch doing the opposite of the other one. This one's plus 12.2, this one's negative 12.2, and it's just, it's just got a nice vibe about it. And then there's an 80s split where I use the in-between pickup sound. Pretty cool. Now the top row of switches, there's a low gain crunch. Now the Studio Tube pre is feeding into both amps equally. And I'm setting up the archetype lead for low gain. And then when I push forward on the expression pedal, I've got it set up so that a few things happen. The gain on the compressor bumps up, and the master on the amps bumps up. And that's all you need to get all the volume you would ever need for solos, is for those two parameters to be attached to the expression pedal and then just press it forward. It's easier than trying to hunt and find a switch for me. I'm kind of fat-footed. What are you going to do? One of my feet is wider than the other. It just happens to be my right foot. God damn it. So, that's my low gain 1. And then low gain 2 just adds a bunch of modulation. Oh, and delay. So the next thing, high gain 1. This is where you really reap the benefits of running the Studio Tube Pre in front of a pair of heavy amps. Man, it just gets fat and pretty sweet. Now, high gain 2 is all of the modulation plus all the gain. Push forward on the expression pedal. And it's a wicked lead sound via the both the masters being bumped up and the gain on the compression. Rob also had a couple of interesting things in here that I kept, which are some noise gates on each one of the on the left and the right outs, and oh, these need to be put back to 0. Sorry. Those are some remnants of the way he had it set up earlier. And I was wondering why I was getting a little less volume on that one. I hadn't looked over here. Oopsie. So we've got, now we've got all our volumes set back to 0. Might be too loud for the... That wasn't even with the expression pedal pushed forward. So I gotta tell you, I'm really enjoying the Studio Tube Pre in front of a pair of crunchy amps, because you can have the clean sounds, you know, and it's kind of like having... like having your cake and eating it too, which is the dumbest phrase ever. Who the fuck would want cake if you couldn't eat it? There you go, everybody. I'm going to put the Multi-Archon, or Archon? Fuck, I don't even know how to call it. What to call it. I'm going to put it up on the presets. And I'm using a pair of IRs. He used Ownhammer IRs for his. I'm using 3 Sigma for mine. And the Ownhammer, just, you know, the one that he had, it was a Mesa straight cabinet, and it had a very, very smooth top end to it. Almost no top end, you could say. I like a little bit of snap to the top end, but not, you know, not too much anymore. But pretty amazing. And I think I've sort of struck a balance between what I used to sound like and what his preset sort of sounded like, so I'm sort of bridging the gap Pretty cool. But it'll be up on the free sets, so you can get it and do whatever you like with it. But I'm using the 8 snapshots, so you need to be in that mode to get full advantage, take full advantage of it. So that's happening. I'll be back tomorrow with another Free Set Friday, and good stuff. So until then, rock on.